Digital products are basically dead. The market is absolutely flooded with low-effort digital products that are designed to fail. I've seen people with massive audiences churn out low-effort products and make basically no money from them. But at the same time, I've seen people with almost zero following build an entire digital business that pays them for years. How? By implementing the 5 moves that will make or break your digital products. And how do I know it works? Because it worked for me. I'm Ido Lederman, and over the past 6 years, I've made a full living from digital products, nothing else. In this video, I'm going to show you the 5 moves you can apply this week to take your digital products from barely making sales to paying you month after month for years. Move number 1, and this is the decision that everything else in your business depends on. When most people sit down to build a digital product, they're secretly trying to do 2 things at once. They want it to be cheap so it's easy to sell, and they want it to make them rich so it pays the bills. Both at the same time with the same product. I'm sorry to have to break this to you, but that combination doesn't exist. Every digital product you sell is one of 2 things. It's either an entry point designed to get strangers to trust you by giving them a small, useful taste of your work at a low price, or it's a flagship designed to deliver a real result priced high enough to support that promise. We'll talk more about that later. Both are good, both have a place in a real business, but they're not the same product. They're designed to perform completely different jobs. So here's the question I want you to sit with first before you do anything else. The product I'm working on right now, is it an entry point or is it a flagship? Whatever your answer, own it. Build for that. Stop trying to make one product do both jobs. Because the moment you decide what it actually is, every choice that comes after gets 100 times easier. What to charge for it, how to position it, how much support to build into it, who to sell it to. All those answers come from this one decision: make it. In a few minutes, I'm going to show you how that difference looks like. Move number 2, even after you know what your product is for, most people still describe it in a way that quietly kills sales. Here's what I mean. Most digital products are described like this: productivity for entrepreneurs, marketing for coaches, fitness for busy moms. That tells your customer absolutely nothing. It tells them what shelf you're on, but it doesn't tell them what changes in their life when they buy. Now here's the formula I want you to use instead. I help specific person go from specific starting point to specific ending point in specific time frame without specific thing they're afraid of. When I started my coaching program back in 2020, I didn't position it as business coaching for music teachers. That would have been generic, forgettable. Instead, I said, I help private music teachers double their monthly income within 6 months without taking on more students or working more hours. You can read that again. This tells the buyer exactly who it's for, where they start, where they end up, by when, and the thing they're most afraid of, that they'd have to work more hours to make more money, is removed up front. That one sentence did more for my sales in the first year than every landing page I designed. So here's your move. Take whatever you're working on right now and rewrite it using that exact formula. If you can't fill in the blanks clearly, I gotta be honest with you, you don't have a real offer yet. You have a category. And in 2026, categories don't sell. Specific outcomes do. If you're still here, I know you can do it. I have faith in you. Move number 3, this is the one that most people skip, but can be the difference between a digital product that pays your rent for a quarter and one that pays your bills for years. I take a list of every customer from the last 90 days and I split them into 3 groups. Group number 1 got the result on time, no problem. Group number 2 got the result, but slowly, with effort. Group number 3 didn't get the result. Now, most creators only look at group 1. They take a few testimonials, slap them on a sale page, and move on. That's a mistake. Because the real value, the gold, is in group 2 and 3. For each customer in those 2 groups, I ask one question, and it's not, why didn't you finish? Instead, I ask, what was happening for you the moment you stopped moving forward? Completely different question, because it's not about the program, it's about them. And people will tell you the truth. Let me give you a real example. I had a client a while back, let's call him Iran. Music teacher, smart guy. He was already running groups, doing about $15,000 a month. He wanted to scale up to 20. So we sat down and looked at his numbers. Cost to acquire a customer was about 150. Each customer brought in about 1,500, 10 to 1 return ratio. So I said to him, Iran, raise your ad budget to 3,000. You'll close 10 more customers. That's 15,000 more in your pocket this month. Simple math. That's not the point. The point is, he went quiet for a second. Then he said, I'm scared to invest the money. I have an unresolved issue with that mindset. Now think about that for a second. Here's a guy who has the knowledge, has seen the numbers, he knows exactly what to do, but he just can't do it. Not because anything in my program was missing, not because he needed another module, because of fear. If I'd only optimized the content of my program, adding more videos, polishing slides, building better workbooks, none of that would have helped Iran. His block was internal, invisible, the kind of thing no PDF in the world is going to fix. That's a stuck moment. That's where the real work happens. So here's your move for next week. Pick 3 of your customers, at least 1 from group 2 and 1 from group 3, and send them this exact message. Quick question: what was happening for you the moment you stopped moving forward in the program? Then read the answers carefully. The patterns you'll see, those are the next product upgrades. That's where your business actually gets stronger. Not in the content, in the moment people freeze. Real quick, if you're getting value from this so far, do me a favor, drop a comment below right now with one word: stuck. And then tell me one place your customers are getting stuck that you've never been able to figure out. I read these, I reply to as many as I can, and honestly, some of the best content ideas for this channel come from those comments. Now let's get on to move 4, because this one comes from a mistake I see almost everyone make, including me when I was starting out. Move number 4, if you're about to spend the next 3 months building a digital product, stop. I'm serious. Close the laptop. Don't write another lesson. Don't record another video. Don't design another workbook. Here's what to do instead. Sell it first. I know that sounds backwards, but let me explain why this works. When I launched my last program, I had nothing built, no curriculum, no workbooks, no platform. What I had was an idea and a small list of people who said they'd be interested. I priced the pilot at about 50% of what I wanted to charge, and I told them, I'm running this program for the first time. Here's roughly what we'll cover. Here's the result I'm promising. We start in 3 weeks. 8 people signed up. Now, here's the part that actually matters. Because I had real paying customers, not hypothetical buyers, I interviewed them before I started, and I built the program about what they actually needed, not what I thought they needed. Every week before the next session, I'd ask them one question. What's the next big thing you're stuck on right now when you think about getting to the result that you want? And then I built the week's content based on what they said. By the end of that process, I had something completely different than what I would have built if I'd locked myself in a room for 3 months trying to guess what people wanted. That approach works much better for me, more useful, more aligned with what people would actually pay for again, and much more cost efficient. So here's your move. If you have an idea for a digital product right now, go pre-sell 5 spots before you build anything. Tell people, I'm running this for the first time. Here's the result I'm promising. Here's the price. If 5 people don't buy, you don't have a product yet. You have a hypothesis. And you saved yourself 3 months of building something nobody actually wanted. If 5 people do buy, congratulations, you now have a business. And the best part is, your first customers are about to tell you exactly what to build. Last move, number 5, this one is big because it's about pricing. When most creators set a price, they ask, what will my market pay? That's the wrong question. And here's the right question. What price do I need to charge that will make people commit fully to the results? And what price do I need to charge so I can actually afford to support every customer all the way to the result? Let me show you what I mean from my own story. When I started, I priced the program at $2,000 and I noticed something strange. The people paying $2,000, some of them would skip sessions, they wouldn't do the homework, they'd disappear for 2 weeks, and they'd say the program didn't work for them. When they started to raise the price and got up to 5,000, two things happened. First, the people buying at 5,000 were a completely different type of customer. They showed up, they did the work, they got results. Why? Because they had more skin in the game. Second, at 5,000, I could afford to give them better support, better coaching, better feedback on their work, better follow-up when they got stuck. Listen, a low price doesn't mean you're humble or considerate. It mostly means you're afraid to commit to what you actually promise, which means most of your customers won't get a result, which means the next 10 people reading the reviews and asking around aren't going to buy. A higher price isn't greedy. It's the best way to make people get the result they're after. So here's your move. Take your current price, now ask yourself, at this price, would I be committed enough to push through and get the result? Be honest about it. If the answer is no, you're not undercharging because you believe in serving people. You're undercharging because you don't fully believe in the result yet. So either raise the price or scale back what you're promising. Don't keep running a business that's quietly designed to fail. People build digital products because they want to make money and they want to get their time back. But if you want money freedom and time freedom, digital products aren't enough. You need a business that runs without you. That's why in this video, I break down the business system you need to build to make money and get your time back.